yeah, if you think you're going to do it in your own strength, then you know what? Yeah, you can do it.
COVID, it's been helping people move their businesses from offline or brick and mortar to online.
Systems are more important than skills as an entrepreneur today.
It's totally okay to reinvent yourself multiple times, especially when you're an entrepreneur.
Welcome to Profitable Coaching Conversations with WendyY Bailey. If you're a coach, speaker, or industry expert, you're in the right place for sales and marketing wisdom and insight to grow your coaching business. Now, here's your host, income acceleration mentor, WendyY Bailey.
Hello, and happy Friday to you. We're here on a special day for this episode of the Profitable Coaching Conversation Show with WendyY Bailey. That is me, yours truly. I'm a 22-year veteran. I just celebrated 22 years of being in my business full-time as a coach. I'm a master business and sales coach. Most people know me as the income acceleration mentor. And they know me as that because I'm instrumental in helping coaches, 6- and 7-figure coaches, grow and scale their coaching businesses. The big thing about what I do that I love is I look at business operations. I look at your infrastructure. I help you shore up your systems. I look at your marketing messaging, help you identify the strategy and the implementation for your marketing. And I also help you with sales. So I help you understand sales relationships, sales conversations. And this show is an extension of everything that I do in my business. I'm so excited today to bring you this episode about Elevate to Accelerate Your Income, because it kind of builds on things that I talk about quite a bit with my clients, and I want it to help you as well. When I say elevate to accelerate your income, I'm talking about knowing what you're doing is not dealing with the people who are struggling, because we're taught in the marketplace, focus on pain points. But when you focus on pain points, you end up getting people who are struggling because they see the pain of what you're describing and what you can do, but they can't necessarily afford to work with you. So today is about qualifying and clearing some of those things up for you, challenging you to think in a different way. I'm also going to share a couple of resources along the way that I think will help you with this particular topic of elevation. I want to be sure that you can join me at the after party at profitablecoachingsociety.com. That's a private Facebook community filled with other coaches who are also in the space where they're looking to grow and scale. So profitablecoachingsociety.com. And typically we're here on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Tuesday episodes, I share a special guest episode with you where we talk about something that is a profitable coaching conversation for you. Earlier this week, I had the opportunity to talk with Donnie Bryant, who's a direct response copywriter and has made $130 million for his clients. That's something that we talked about around influence and language that sells as well. We had a really great conversation. I think you'll enjoy it. If you missed it, definitely go back and look at it. I'm broadcasting live across multiple platforms, 2 Facebook channels, WendyY Bailey and Profitable Coaching Conversations. I'm also broadcasting on LinkedIn, on Facebook, my Facebook profile, my Facebook page. I'm also broadcasting through the Diamond Factor Network on E360 TV. I want to give a shout out to the president of the Diamond Factor Network, Barbara Beckley, who is really responsible for what you see, me coming to you live. She's behind the scenes producing it as well. So I really appreciate Barbara for what she does to help me elevate my brand and bring me to the marketplace for you through this broadcast. I really, really appreciate it. We're also broadcasting on Roku, Amazon TV, and what is the other one? Apple TV. So I'm excited that we're here on so many platforms. I'm not able to do shout outs, but if you have comments for me, I'd love to read your comments. If you have questions, be sure that you post your questions. I do go back on every platform to make sure that I answer any questions. If there's some topic that you want me to talk about or questions you have about a particular topic, then be sure to leave those in the comments, because I do come back and I do look at all of those and make sure that I'm connecting with my viewers in a way that supports and serves you in a big way. So let's get to our topic today: elevate to accelerate your income. Elevation is a focal point. When I looked up the word in the dictionary, what I found was that it describes a place that starts at a particular point and then it goes up from there. Elevation means it's going up from there. So everything I talk about today is about helping you to elevate in so many key areas. The first one is a big one, and I'm going to spend quite a bit of time on it because it's something I believe in wholeheartedly. I believe in everything that I'm going to share today, but this is one where I find the most challenges for my clients, and this is what we work on. This is what we work on. Elevating your mindset. Elevating your mindset. If you are feeling any kind of struggle in your coaching business, then you have an opportunity to elevate your mindset. That means elevate every aspect of things that impact your mindset, every aspect. And I'm going to talk about 4. I'm actually going to share from my best-selling book. I charge for that, Mastering the Mindset for Sales Success. And this is about really getting clear about your mindset, getting clear about those key areas that I'm going to share with you. The first one I want to share with you is a profound belief in yourself and the value you bring to the marketplace. If you don't believe, like with every fiber of your being, that you're here in the marketplace to serve and support someone, specifically your ideal client, then it's going to impact how you show up and what you do. I remember working with someone a while back, and she was concerned about what she posted on social media and how people responded to her. And she was concerned that she would come under scrutiny for what she was posting. And you cannot be in a place where you're concerned about what people are doing to scrutinize what you post on social media, what you share in the marketplace. You've got to have such a profound belief in what you offer that it's unshakable. It's unshakable. What I write in this book is your belief is so profound that it is unshakable, unmistakable, and unmatched. Yeah. Unshakable, unmistakable, and unmatched. That means you know what you're talking about. You're putting your wares into the marketplace. You put them out unapologetically so that your ideal clients and the people you've selected as your ideal clients will know what you have to offer, and they will come flocking to you, clamoring to you, because they believe, like you believe, in what you offer in the marketplace. A profound belief, not just, yeah, I feel really good about what I'm doing. I know what I'm talking about. I know that I'm helping people. It really is about something untouchable in your belief system about what you offer. Okay. Profound belief is what I'm talking about. The second one is dogged determination. Dogged determination, I'm going to read from my book, is setting and achieving your goals. It means you're able to excel by setting clear boundaries that safeguard your professionalism and your expertise. You are wholly committed despite tough terrain and anything else you may encounter. You're determined to stay the course in your business. I don't know about you guys, but in 22 years, I've thought of giving up quite a few times. Sometimes it can be weekly, sometimes it can be daily, but we all have those feelings of giving up at certain times and just throwing in the towel. Dogged determination says that you are committed to staying in what you're doing. You're determined. It means that you get back up. I'm going to talk about that in just a second, but it means that you, if you falter or you stumble in any way, it means you get right back up and get at it because you're not giving up. Nothing is going to stop you from giving up. You've got a never quit, never give up attitude. That's what dogged determination is. I love when I talk about this because so many people don't do enough to really stick to what they're doing in business. They find other things that are distracting. I work with clients all the time, and what I found is that dogged determination is what helps you get through whatever you need to do. Now, I know there are people out there saying, well, Wendy, why? What about dogged determination? How do I keep going when I feel like I'm a failure? How do I keep going when, things aren't going well? You pick yourself up, you dust yourself off, and you keep going, one foot in front of the other, one step at a time. And part of what happens when you're in that dogged determination phase is you've got to have the right support system to help you. I talk about this so much that I'm sure if you've been watching this video, you have heard me talk about it. You've seen me talk about it, okay? And what I want you to know is it really is about supporting yourself with the right systems and the right tools. Now, I will share some of mine and I'll share some suggestions as well, but it's about making sure that you just never quit, never give up. It is dealing with your emotions if they're getting in the way. It means dealing with distractions if they're getting in the way. It means dealing with anything that's going to take you off track. And the resources you need are things like journaling. I believe in journaling. Write down your thoughts, pour out of your mind so that you can get it on paper and you can see it in black and white. And then you can begin to address whatever is coming up. I also think that when you're journaling, you need someone to support you in sort of unpacking that. So I believe in therapy, #normalize therapy. I believe that when you are unpacking things that are really emotional, you need someone there to help you so that you don't feel so isolated. You don't feel so alone in your looking at those things that you need to unpack. It can be undealt with emotions, traumas, tragedies, whatever it is that's getting in the way. When you journal about it and you have a therapist to help you unpack it, I think that moves you to being more committed, more determined, more unapologetic about continuing to go on. Okay. I also believe that prayer helps you. Having a great prayer partner, somebody who is aware of where you are, they are confident, they support you, they meet you regularly to talk about what's going on. You guys pray together. There's a belief in a higher power than yourself. When you believe in a higher power than yourself, you have so much more confidence about who you are and what you're doing, especially in your business. This is all part of dogged determination. I'm telling you, it really, really is. I also think that when you meditate is something that will help you. It's clearing your thoughts. It's helping you get rid of whatever is racing around in your mind so that you're not distracted by it. It's important that you spend time, even at 10 minutes a day. A girlfriend of mine is a meditation ambassador. And if you spend 10 minutes a day just meditating to clear your mind, it's really, really helpful. And if there's a way for you to address that with someone, your therapist might be a great person for you to talk to about what's coming up in your meditations as well. I also think that friends and family, and let me say this, friends and family can be part of your support team, but no one person can give you everything and anything you need to keep going. No one person. I kind of look at friends and relationships like the colors of the rainbow. You've got green, you've got purple, you've got yellow, you've got orange, you've got blue. And Mary may bring you blue, but she can't bring you orange. Mary may bring you, Susan may bring you green, but she can't bring you blue. What I'm saying to you is you need to recognize the sources of people in your relationships, what they can really bring to you, and not over expect them to give you everything. One person to give you all of the colors of the rainbow. Some people, and let me take it out of the metaphor, some friends are great listeners. Some friends are great to distract you from whatever might be, upsetting you or getting in the way of you staying the course in your business. Some friends one friend may be someone that you can talk to about your business. Years and years and years ago, when I first started my business, I had a friend who went back to work after working in her business for a while. And whenever we would talk about my business, I could see it in her face. I could hear it in her voice that she couldn't relate to where I was. So I had to learn to stop talking to her about it because she wasn't going to be a support to me in that area. We were friends in other areas, and I couldn't fairly expect her to actually be a friend to me when I talk about my business and what's going on with my business. So think about the friends that you have, the family that you have, and what they bring you, and then begin to understand how they can support you. And even ask them if they're willing to support you in that area, whatever that area is. But no one person can give you all the colors of the rainbow. Even if you have a significant other, your significant other may not understand where you are, what you're going through. So you want to make sure that you have talked to that significant other as well as your friends, so you know what they can provide in the way of support. It's an open conversation that you need to have. It's an important conversation that you need to have so that you build in the support that you need. So I've talked about journaling. I've talked about having a therapist. I've talked about prayer and a prayer partner. I've talked about meditation. I've talked about the colors of the rainbow and how your friends and family can support you. There's so much more I could go into, but I wanted to at least get the ball rolling and helping you to think about what's possible to help you stay the course in your business, to help you stay in a space where you are continuing to be active and present and driving in your business. Okay. One of the things I share this, I have a ring and I know you can't really see it. It says, I am enough. I remember, and I talked about this in the episode with Donnie Bryan. I remember watching an interview with Oprah, and she said that she had interviewed dignitaries and celebrities and country leaders, all people from all walks of life and upper echelons of life, in fact. And at the end of each interview, they all said the same thing: was that okay? And I think that we all have this underlying concern of being enough to do what we have to do. That's where imposter syndrome comes from. And you want to be in a place where you are doing whatever. Having my ring is a way for me to remember I'm enough. Yeah, I'm human too. As humans, I think we're challenged in that area. And I think we have an opportunity to do whatever we can to stay the course in our business. That's what dogged determination is. I also believe that you should practice what I call expectant faith in action. And I'm going to read from this. Expectant faith in action is sometimes we do things and we do it because we have crazy faith or blind faith. Expectant faith in action means that beyond your crazy or blind faith, you must believe when you take the action that you're sure to experience the result that you desire. You're sure to experience the result that you've set a goal to do. It's believing in your actions and extending that belief into what you do while you're making that action happen, while you're achieving that goal and you're making movement to achieve certain goals. It's expectant faith in action. It's knowing that when you put something in a particular place, when you mark it with a particular message, that it's going to yield the kind of results that you desire. That's expectant faith in action. It's not blind faith or crazy faith. It goes beyond that because you're taking the necessary steps that will yield what you desire. That's expectant faith in action. Okay. Expectant faith in action means that you move forward knowing your most ideal client is always recognizing how you can help her. And she will say yes when you put a marketing message out there, when you approach her, when she sees something about you, she will self-select. And in self-selecting, she'll get to see how you can serve her. It's believing it's going to happen. It's believing that what you put into the marketplace is going to yield results. Expectant faith in action. It kind of goes with the profound belief in yourself. It kind of goes with your dogged determination, but it's building on all of that to be sure that you know you're going to yield the results that you desire. Okay. Now, the last thing I'll talk about is powerful resilience. This is still part of your mindset. Okay. Elevating your mindset. Powerful resilience means that, yeah, there may be some life situations that happen that may make you pause for a minute, but you find a way to keep going. It's getting up and starting again. It's been about 2.5 years ago now, I lost my mom, and my world was shattered. My world was shattered. My mom and I had a complicated relationship, but I love my mom. And without her, there's been a void that I just will never, ever be able to fill. It took me a minute to get back to business. I thought I would get back to business quickly, but it took me a minute. Okay. And powerful resilience means that you take a minute to deal with whatever it is, but then you get up and you put your stuff, everything that you do in your business, back in motion. Powerful resilience doesn't mean I don't have grief waves, where I remember her and I miss her. Doesn't mean any of that. Doesn't mean that I don't cry sometimes because I miss her. I still cry 2.5 years later. But what I want you to say is powerful resilience says you're going to get back up. You're going to get back up. And when you get back up, it's going to make a real difference in what you're able to do. You get back up, you dust yourself off, and you recognize your ability to get back up and get back on track. Stuff happens, Powerful resilience. This is a personal one. I'm going to read again. In 22 years, I built my business to 6 figures twice and lost it all twice. Sometimes it was economics, mistakes, health challenges, life, loss. I told you about that. They all have contributed to what I felt was failure at the time. But I got back up, and carried on because I knew that that's what I needed to do for my business. Powerful resilience says that you may get knocked down from whatever it is, okay? But you know that you've got to get back up and you've got to keep it moving sooner rather than later. You've got to get back up and keep moving. You've got to get back up and be in your business in a way that shows the value and the profound belief and the expectant faith and action you have in what you're doing in the marketplace, okay? When I think of these 4 things, like I said, profound faith in your ability and what you bring to the marketplace. That's the first one. The second one is dogged determination. I spent some time on that. It means you have a never give up attitude. Expectant faith in action means that when you do something, when you implement a strategy, you have high hopes beyond that it's going to yield fruit for you. It's going to yield results for you. Your ideal clients see you and they're going to come to you. And then the last one was powerful resilience. Life happens, life be life. And as I've heard people say, and you can get back up again from that. It means that you have the ability whenever something happens to get up and be powerful and be present for your ideal clients to connect with you and for your business to continue to grow and build. Get back up again. So powerful resilience. So I've just been talking about mindset mostly. I've got a couple more that I'm going to talk about, but I want to take a quick break now just so you can sort of digest all of that I shared. And then we will be right back with more of the Profitable Coaching Conversation Show in just a minute.
Hi, this is Kathleen Gage, and you are tuned in to the Profitable Coaching Conversation Show with WendyY Bailey. What I want you to do is I want you to go ahead and subscribe, like, review, and do whatever you need to do to get informed of the next episode going live.
Hi, I'm Dr. Barrett Matthews, and you're tuned into the Profitable Coaching Conversation Show with WendyY Bailey. Like, comment, review, and subscribe now so you're notified when the next episode goes live.
Hi, I'm Lynn Sherrill, and you're tuned into the Profitable Coaching Conversations Show with WendyY Bailey. Like, comment, review, and subscribe now so you're notified when the next episode goes live.
Awesome. Thank you guys for tuning in and welcome back. I've been talking about elevation as the key to accelerating your income. And in the last segment, I talked about mindset exclusively. The reason I talked about mindset exclusively and the aspects of that you want to consider is because mindset truly is everything. If you've got your mindset in the right gear, you can move through any challenge, you can move through any situation, you can move in a way that really supports your profound faith and your expectant faith in action as well. So let's move to the second area related to elevation that I want to talk about. I want you to elevate your ideal client selection. Now, this is a little different than what I usually talk about as it relates to your ideal client. Elevate your ideal client selection. And, you know, Donnie and I talked, and this is kind of what made me think about it for today's episode. Donnie and I were talking, and he said he attributed what he did in the way of helping these companies was finding the right client, selecting the right client. Yeah, selecting the right client. And it stuck with me because I was like, that's what I talk to my clients about all the time. When you're struggling and you're getting people who are not able to invest, unwilling to invest, whatever it is, they're not the right clients. Okay. So I'm going to tell you about some less than ideal clients. And then on the other side of that, I'm going to talk to you about what ideal client selection looks like. First of all, and again, I'm still reading from my book. I charge for that. The tire kickers. The tire kickers are the people who try you out, but they rarely spend money. They rarely invest in themselves by hiring you. Tire kickers are just that. They're trying, they're not ready to buy. Tire kickers oftentimes can be people that want to learn from you, but are unwilling or unable to invest in you. So tire kickers are not your ideal clients, and tire kickers are in the group of people that are less than ideal for you to focus your energy on, focus your time on. I remember years ago, I say years ago, but it was probably a couple of years ago, I got a message from someone, a private message from someone who wanted me to help them adjust their messaging and create a strategy for their message. And I said, okay, great, I can do that. And I sent them to a page on my website where they could actually sign up to coach with me. And it is a paid session. So once they got to that page, my expectation was that they would have signed up. If they were serious about me helping them, they would have signed up for that session. But they came back to me and they said, thank you, but I'm not ready to invest in coaching at this point. So tire kickers will have you spend an inordinate amount of time with them working on things when they're not really serious about investing in themselves. You want to free yourself of tire kickers in your business. If people are coming to you and they say, yes, I want to work with you, then they need to be able to pull the trigger. Okay. The second type of less than ideal client is a lurker. Lurkers follow you. They watch everything they do. They stroll through your social media feeds. They look at what you're doing. They're present when you record your videos. They're at your events. If you're hosting events, they want to volunteer. Those are what I call lurkers. Lurkers don't necessarily mean harm to you, but they don't mean good to you because they're not taking the initiative and taking the sure steps, decisive steps to work with you. They're lurkers. Lurkers show up on your webinars, but they don't say anything. Lurkers show up on your live streams, but they don't offer anything other than they just want to be a sponge and take in everything that you say. Lurkers are less than ideal clients. And then the last one are wannabes. Wannabes can be dangerous, but for all intents and purposes, they don't intend to be dangerous. They don't intend to copy your content. They don't intend to copy your intellectual property. They don't do it with malice. They do it because your content is good. It speaks to them. They haven't had a way to express their content in a way like you have. And so they want to be you. And they strive to be you by copying or mimicking what you offer. I had an event, gosh, I can't believe it's been 7 years ago that I hosted my first conference. But I had a conference and there was someone there that that really admired me and wanted to, say things and do things like what I said. And I happened to attend one of her webinars to support her, and she had literally borrowed some of my content around. I charged for that. To be honest, when I saw that she had borrowed it, I knew that I needed to put it in the marketplace because it was my content. That's actually how I wrote my second book. I wrote it quickly. I wrote it because I wanted to get it to the marketplace, because I had a wannabe who was already working to borrow my content and make it her own. Let me say this about wannabes. I don't think their intent is malicious. I said that before. But there's something you can say, you can do to address it without it being something volatile. It doesn't have to be volatile when you address a wannabe. Make sure that you copyright your information. Make sure you have your intellectual property marks on everything. I know people trademark certain phrases. I've actually trademarked. I charge for that. Yeah, you can't see it, but I've trademarked that. So what I want you to know is, you're going to have tire kickers, you're going to have lurkers, and you're going to have wannabes that come to you. So I told you on this side of it, I would tell you more about your ideal client selection. When you look at your ideal clients, you want them to be ideal from a personal perspective, as in there's certain criteria that they meet that makes them ideal to you and you ideal to them. You want to look at things like their ability to pay you, their income, their desire to grow and scale, their willingness to invest. All of that is part of selecting the right ideal client for you. When you select ideal clients in a way that represents who you truly want in your business, then you're also repelling the tire kickers, the lurkers, and the wannabes. And that's what you want. Ask yourself, if you're working with clients now that are less than ideal, are they tire kickers, are they lurkers, or are they wannabes? And are they willing to invest in themselves by hiring you? That's a key decision point in you selecting ideal clients. You want them to select you as much as you select them, because they have that willingness to invest. They have that desire to invest. I say it all the time. Your most ideal clients are always, always, always ready, willing, and able to invest in you invest in themselves by hiring you as their coach. The thing I want to say about that too is, make sure that you understand that willingness. Make sure you understand that investment ability that your ideal client has. Your ideal client needs to have the ability to invest in you too. And hear this. If they are broke, if they are struggling, they're not your ideal clients, and you need to elevate who your ideal clients are and make a better selection of ideal clients. You need to know when you are working with potential clients that they are really looking for something from you that they can't get anywhere else, and that they're willing to invest in that. And I heard this from my coach recently, and she said that your ideal clients are always looking for benefits rather than features. Now, she didn't say it that way. I'm saying it that way. They're looking for benefits. They want perks. They want convenience. They want bonus treatment. They want more than what they get from anybody else. They want like an elite service. They want like a premium service. So everything you do is related to that. Everything you do is related to that. So that is the second area that I want you to consider when you elevating your ideal client selection. Make sure that you're working to repel the tire kickers, the lurkers, and the wannabes, and you're working to attract the most ideal clients and to have them self-select because they see you for the premium, the ultra elite, the service that you can provide them that no one else can provide them. People who are buying for luxury aren't buying necessarily because they're struggling. They're buying because they believe you offer an elite service, a premium service that they can't get anywhere else. Yeah, your offering a solution that can really help them. I'll talk about that in a minute when I talk about value. But more than that, they want the accoutrements of working with a brand who totally gets their desire to be luxury, to be ultra elite, to be higher end in terms of what they're willing to invest. And they don't invest because they necessarily need you. They invest because they want to experience that luxury, that elite, that ultra high-end service from you. Okay. So I've talked about mindset is everything and what you need to do around a mindset. I've talked about your ideal client selection, and I've shared a little bit of that. Remember that you can share information with me. If you have questions, you can post it on the platform where I am, and I'll come back and I'll answer those questions. If you want to hit me directly, I'm at WendyY Bailey on all platforms, at WendyY Bailey on all platforms. And if you're in my private Facebook community, you can post on this video and I'll see it directly and I'll respond to you there. Remember that if you have a question, I'm sure that someone else has a similar question, so don't be afraid to ask that question because I will answer it for you. So the third area I want to talk to is about value. It's about value. You want to elevate the value you bring. Remember I talked about that ultra high ticket client, that elite client who really wants convenience and they want that luxury that you offer. Well, value is a key part of that. People care about receiving from you value that may not look like it does with anybody else. It looks like luxury. It looks like convenience. It looks like an opportunity for them to really, really get access to some premium content, some premium services that they don't normally get elsewhere. Let me say this too. If you have a membership site, your membership site might not be the ultra high ticket. It may be for the client who is working to get to that ultra high ticket luxury brand, right? Then the membership site can serve you as like a stopgap for that. Some people call them ladder services. You can use the word ladder too when I talk about it. But when you're selecting a high-end brand and you want your ideal client to see you as a high-end brand, I'm going to talk about brand in just a second. They want value that that high-end brand brings with them. There are lots of ways to convey value, but the big way to convey value is to offer them accoutrements that they can't get elsewhere. Okay. It's a concierge service. It's a, much more individualized attention, and they will pay for that. Your clients will pay for that value. It doesn't mean they don't want to learn content from you. It means that the content that they want to learn from you, that they are interested in hearing from you, has high value beyond whatever it is they see elsewhere. They want to see more. They want to see more of what you will give them in the way of that concierge, that individualized, that premium content that they can't get elsewhere. Prime example of that, I talked about the membership site a minute ago. Well, I have a membership site. It's a coaching academy is what it is. It's a big library and I do training for people. One of the things I used to do a couple of years ago was I used to go on Clubhouse and I would teach. And so all of those recordings that I captured from Clubhouse, the membership now have the convenience, the access to those teachings within a membership community. That's just one of the perks, but it's a premium perk for the client who's ready, willing, and able to invest at that higher level, who's ready, willing, and able to access that premium content, that ultra high ticket kind of content that they're looking for. It's something that your most ideal clients will pay you for. They will pay for premium content. They will pay for concierge service. I have a concierge that is part of the membership academy as well. So you want to look at that and know that that is what you want to offer to your premium, your ultra high ticket client. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about other kinds of value. I've kind of boiled it down to 4 different types of value. There's business value, there is personal value, and then there is financial value, and then there's lifetime value. I'm going to start with financial value. Financial value is all about return on investment. If clients know that they're going to get a high percentage return on investment, then they'll invest with you because they know they're going to make it back easily. I tell clients all the time, especially when they come to me and they're struggling with their sales, what's happening is they are in a position where they are in need of some sales strategy, some sales language. When they make the investment with me, teaching them, coaching them about sales, then what's going to happen is their sales will increase. So they're going to get a return on their investment based on the work that we do together. They're going to get a return on their investment. So they'll see their investment come back, tenfold sometimes, double, triple, quadruple sometimes. Okay. So think about the return on the investment. Think about the metrics. Think about what you're doing and how you're helping your client and how you can quantify what you're doing that's going to help them. People want to know that there's a financial value in working with you. The next one I want to talk about is business value. Business value is about productivity. It's about an increase or systems and structure. And I love when people come to me to talk about their infrastructure, their systems, their processes, because when they have those things in place, I know that they're going to be much more productive. They're going to be highly efficient, and they're going to see the results of that pretty quickly in their businesses, in their coaching businesses. Clients want the same thing from you. They want to know that you can help them become more productive. If you're a life coach, you can help them find the right job, the high paying job. If you're a career coach, you can help them with their leadership that's going to lead to promotions and more opportunities for them. If you're a leadership or an executive coach, clients come to you because they want to know that from you. They want to know that from you. Okay. Business value is crucial for your clients, and that's important for you to be able to provide that kind of value. The next one I want to talk about, and I'm going to put these two together, personal value or lifetime value, personal and lifetime value. This time I'm going to put them together because lifetime value is sort of the gift that keeps giving. When you think about what you do and how you do it, think about those clients who have come back to you and said, oh, I remember when we talked about whatever, right? And when we talked about that, all of a sudden I was in the situation and you came to mind, so I knew exactly what to do. That's how I charge for that came about for me. Okay. I would talk to my clients about, I charge for that, the mindset, the behavior. And years later, they come back and they say, oh, I negotiated a great new contract. And because I negotiated this great new contract, I know that it was because of the work we did together. That is personal value. That's lifetime value. That means that they've intrinsically gotten the information that you coach them on, and it's yielded fruit for them at the same time. And it keeps on giving because it just wasn't a one-time learning. It was a lesson that they've continued to grow and learn from. I touched base with a former client last year, I think it was, and we had worked together for about 90 days. It was like a comprehensive but intense VIP day kind of thing. VIP treatment is how we dealt with it. And he had a couple of services that he was offering that I wasn't fond of. I wasn't crazy about because they were really low ticket services that he was offering. And he was underpricing his other services in the marketplace. And so when I touched base with him, I asked him, how are things going? He said, oh, things are going really, really well. I got rid of those services that were not really serving me well. And understand this, I didn't tell him, you don't need to be doing that. I told him he needed to look at his overall business and set goals that really would support him in earning higher in his business. So he got rid of the services that I thought he should. And he said, and I've even raised my prices more than where we were when you and I were working together. And I know it's because of you. So those are lifetime and personal goals, and that's value that keeps on giving the client because you're in their head. You work them through something, and because you work them through it and you're still in their head about it, it makes a world of difference for them in terms of, what they see, how they see it, all that good stuff. Okay. When we come back, I want to talk about elevating your brand. It's kind of comprehensive to what we've already been talking about, but I really, really want to spend some time talking about elevating your brand. We'll be right back in just a minute.
Hi, I'm Donnie Bryant, and you're tuned in to the Profitable Coaching Conversations Show with WendyY Bailey. Like, comment, review, and subscribe now so you're notified when the next episode goes live.
Everybody, this is Steve Fredland, and you are tuned in to the Profitable Coaching Conversation Show with the great WendyY Bailey. Like, comment, review, and subscribe now so that you are notified when the next episode goes live.
Hi, this is Colin C. Thompson, and you're tuned into the Profitable Coaching Conversation Show with WendyY Bailey. Like, comment, review, and subscribe now so you're notified when the next episode goes live.
Welcome back to the Profitable Coaching Conversation Show. I'm WendyY Bailey, and I'm excited that you're here. If you're still here and hanging with me, we're on the downhill stretch now. Remember, we're typically here every Tuesday and Thursday on this platform at 1 p.m. Eastern. Tuesdays are typically episodes that are pre-recorded with amazing and awesome guests that I interview. We talk a lot about profitable coaching conversations. We talk about a lot of things. We talk about sales, marketing. We talk about branding. We talk about business strategy. There's a lot that goes into those episodes. So be sure to tune in on Tuesdays. And then on Thursdays, I'm here with you live to talk about a particular topic. I'm here really teaching and sharing content and sharing my perspective that I believe is really going to support you in growing and scaling your coaching business. So today we've been talking about elevating to accelerate in your coaching business. This is about accelerating your income for sure. I've talked about mindset as how you elevate your mindset. I've talked about elevating your ideal client selection. You want them to be able to self-select, but then you also want to select and attract those ideal clients that are really ready to invest in you at a higher level. I also talked about, there were 4 aspects of that I talked about. If you missed them, go back and catch the replay because there was some juicy stuff in there that I shared. I also talked about value and understanding the kind of value that you're putting in the marketplace and making sure that your ideal client selection and attraction is based on higher value offerings like convenience, luxury, and premium content. So make sure that you check all of that out and continue to think about elevating your brand, elevating your income and accelerating your income. Now I want to talk about your overall brand. There are 2 concepts that I want to share, and this is something that I haven't shared a lot. Rebranding is about changing the look and feel of your brand, right? That's colors, that's, elevating your brand to looking at your fonts, that's elevating your brand to look at the kind of messages that you offer. That's rebranding. Reinvention is about you. When you reinvent yourself, and let me just say, I've rebranded and I've reinvented myself in the last 22 years. Most definitely, I've rebranded and I reinvented myself. I have my last rebrand was in 2016, at the end of 2015, the beginning of 2016. I symbolically closed the business that I had served in at that point for about 13 years. And I relaunched under the brand of Business Beyond Limits, and the Profitable Coaching Conversation Show is part of that brand. It's actually the flagship of the brand because this is what I do first in Profitable Coaching Conversations. This is what I do first as part of Business Beyond Limits. And, rebranding at that time made sense for me because I had come out of a 7 or 8 year cycle of working in a specific area related to group coaching with NLP. I still do that to some degree, but I don't do it in a focused way like I did 7 or 8 years. So think about rebranding. If you feel like it's time to elevate your brand, you may consider rebranding. You may consider changing the name, looking at what might be a flagship program for your brand, looking at your brand image. So the colors, the fonts, the logos, everything that you do. And everything I do is tied to Business Beyond Limits now. And if you notice at the end of every show, I talk about powered by, you'll see the logo that says powered by Business Beyond Limits, because they're all part of a cohesive brand now. So rebranding is about finding that cohesion. Rebranding is about connecting all of the dots, not just for you, but for the people who are looking at you in the marketplace. Rebranding is about, making sure that you represent what you want to attract the right ideal clients, a luxury brand, if you will, a high-end brand. So if you want to elevate, then you've got to address the brand image. You've got to address the brand concept, look for cohesion. And if any of this sounds like, wow, that sounds really great, where do I start? You start by hiring a coach that can help you bring that cohesion to your brand, right? It's looking at all of the programs and services you offer and building them under one umbrella. My income acceleration roadmap, I share it in other videos. So if you want to check it out, be sure to do that. You can also see it on my blog at businessbeyondlimits.com. But, my income acceleration roadmap was formed because I wanted to create cohesion about the work that I do. And there's 7 silos that create that cohesion for me under the brand. Income acceleration roadmap is under the brand of Business Beyond Limits. And everything I do with the Profitable Coaching Conversations show reflects parts of that income acceleration roadmap. So that's rebranding. Okay. When you think about reinvention, that's about you. I've reinvented myself as well. Part of it was my personal style. I reinvented my personal style. For years, I wore my hair in a different way, and I wanted to elevate. So I brought that to my reinvention. I reinvented by changing the kinds of attire that I wear, what I wear on camera, what I wear when I go out to speak. All of that was part of reinvention. And reinvention was it was personal to me. It was, again, finding that cohesion for me so that I didn't feel like I was going in a lot of different directions. And I felt like I truly had a personal style that represented the brand that I wanted to portray and the brand that I say I am. So elevating your brand is also about reinvention. So looking at yourself and looking at your overall brand, looking at your brand image, looking at the cohesion of all of that is crucial when you want to elevate your brand. So, I've been talking a lot today about elevation and what elevation looks like. I hope it's really been helpful for you. The thing that I want you to walk away with most importantly from today's conversation is making sure you know exactly what you need to do to elevate. Know where you are right now, identify where you want to go, and then start taking those steps to move into that elevation, if you will, of your brand, elevation of your image, elevation in a way that serves and supports, where you are and where you want to be. So think about that as you are talking. Think about that, and based on that, you'll know how to elevate your brand. If I can do anything to support you, you can hit me at WendyY Bailey across all social media platforms. I really want you to look for the Profitable Coaching Society on Facebook. It's a private community of coaches. It's where the after party is. And, we talk about what happens on the show at profitablecoachingsociety.com. That's profitablecoachingsociety.com. And every week I usually pull a card. Thank you for my reminder, Barbara. I usually pull a card that applies to what we're talking about. And I'm going to pull a card right now. Let's see if I can get them out. Okay, here we go. Whenever you look up to or put on a pedestal, know that they have fears too. They just learned how to push past it. That's from Layla Ali. Let me read it again. Whoever you look up to or put on a pedestal, know that they have fears too. They just learned how to push past it from Layla Ali. I want you to think about that today based on what we've talked about. And remember that elevation is pushing past your fears. Elevation is pushing toward income acceleration. It's pushing toward elevating your mindset, your ideal client selection. It's elevating your value and what you're providing in the marketplace, as well as elevating your overall brand, either through rebranding or reinvention. I hope this has been helpful for you today. Remember that we'll be back here next Tuesday with an amazing guest, an awesome guest. Krista Jennings is going to be our guest for Tuesday. And then I'll be back next Thursday, all in the 1 p.m. Eastern hour. So check us out across all platforms. You can check us out at Facebook, my Facebook page, my Facebook profile, LinkedIn, YouTube, Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV. So we'll see you as part of the Diamond Factor Network on the Profitable Coaching Conversation Show with Wendy Y. Bailey. See you next time, everybody. Bye-bye.
Thanks so much for tuning into Profitable Coaching Conversations with Wendy Y. Bailey. Be sure to join us at the after party at www.profitablecoachingsociety.com. We'll see you next time for more sales and marketing wisdom and insight from Wendy Y. and her amazing guests. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you know when new episodes are posted.